Hey, this is Steve Stein from Guitar Zoom. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at a very popular chord progression, similar to one of the ones we're going to be discussing in this course. What we're going to be doing is looking at what's called a 1-5-6-4 chord progression. Now don't worry if you don't know what that means or that doesn't make sense to you, because we're going to be covering all of that sort of thing in this guitar course. Now this chord progression is going to sound like this. Just take a listen to this. Now, think about it. Have you ever heard a song that sounds similar to that before? Okay, now don't worry about the key that this song is in, because what we're going to be learning in this guitar course is going to go far beyond chords and keys, because you're going to actually learn how to do these sorts of chord progressions in any key with any chords that you choose. Now, this chord progression is really the backbone behind some really iconic songs. The first one I'm playing here is actually called Don't Stop Believin' by Journey. Using an E and a B, C sharp minor, and A, which is what we call a 1-5-6-4 chord progression. But there are literally thousands of other songs that use this kind of chord progression. For instance, if I played a little bit of With or Without You by U2, it goes. It's the same chord progression. Okay? Another one would be like Let It Be by the Beatles, for instance. All these songs use the same chord progression. And it's really important that we learn that, because it actually makes it easier for us to memorize and compartmentalize songs. You know, if you're like me and you have to learn literally hundreds of different songs, it's really easy to get confused and get lost because there's so many songs out there. If we can start learning how to sort of put all of these in a category where we can see that they're all very similar in terms of their structure, their chord progression, it's going to make it easier for us to remember all of these kinds of songs. Now, knowing this information is going to make learning, memorizing, and playing these songs so much easier, because we will learn to see the fretboard connection that these chord progressions actually make. And we can even learn to hear these songs in our head and develop what we call ear training, which means you can actually learn songs by ear, and you don't always have to rely on sheet music or tablature to do this. Now, this can make learning songs for yourself, or for your band, or for even songwriting, and a million other things so much easier for you. And this is just one example from this guitar course, so I really encourage you to grab your copy today.